Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Ex-cop shot dead at St. Thomas' home. An ex-policeman was shot and killed at his home in Seaford, St. Thomas on Saturday night. He has been identified as Andrew Thomas, who had been assigned to the St. Andrew North Police Division. Reports are that Thomas was leaving his home about 8:30 p.m. when, on reaching his gate, he was pounced upon by unknown assailants who shot him multiple times. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Seaford police are investigating the matter. The St. Andrews Central Police have confirmed the arrest of a man who was captured on video assaulting a woman in the vicinity.
On Wednesday, 18th January, in the Alpha Tree area and vicinity of the parish court, a very ugly incident unfolded where a female was assaulted by a man whom she knew before. As a matter of fact, they had a relationship producing a child, but it culminated in her having to bring him to court for a case of assault. It was following their attendance at court that he seemingly got angry, and this resulted in him assaulting her seriously. This matter was brought to the attention of the police, and we started our investigation. From then, trying to locate this gentleman. She was subsequently sent to the Kingston Public Hospital to get treatment because her injuries were deemed very serious. The following day, this incident went viral on social media, and it came to us from those angles. So we put some further attention into this matter and started to attempt to locate this man, to the extent that we went to at least 5 premises between Wednesday and Thursday. However, we were not able to locate him as he proved very elusive. We continued investigation in this matter, and with the help of our technical team and the help of good, well-thinking citizens, we were able to locate this man in the Kingston Central Police Division. So he's presently in our custody, and he's to be charged and placed before the court sometime next week, we would presume. The matter is being dealt with at the highest level, and the female has been given all the attention we can, to include the assistance through medical needs. She is presently at the Alpha Tree Police Station, fulfilling her own obligations around progressing this matter. The fact that this happened, though, it is a sad occasion for us as a people in Jamaica. We certainly wouldn't want for our vulnerable groupings of females and others, children, to be so ill-treated by the men who should be protecting them. So this is served for us all as a learning curve, that going forward we seek to protect and certainly not injure. The injury to this female is considered very serious, as she did sustain fractures to her hand, more so her fingers, and we expect the medical report to tell us also other additional issues. So he'll be charged certainly at the first instance for assault occasioning grievous bodily harm, which is a very serious matter, and we intend to put him directly to the court for bail to be contemplated from that end. Certainly from the police perspective, he ought not to be so considered. His name is Jovan Stevenson, and he's 32 years old, a graphic designer of Kingston Addresses. And I say Kingston Addresses because as we progress our investigations and our pursuit of him, we realize that he didn't have a fixed address as such.
Reprisal killing among factors which led to Manchester curfew, police told reporters. Recent murders, including a reprisal killing, are among the factors which led to the police imposing a curfew in 3 Manchester Central communities, reporters understand. The curfew began at 6 p.m. Friday, January 20, and will continue until 8 a.m. Monday, January 23. A senior police source told reporters that last Saturday's murder of 42-year-old bartender Nakisha Harrison, otherwise called Bumper, who was shot dead by gunmen at a house in Land Settlement near Royal Flat, is being theorized as a reprisal. Harrison reportedly wasn't the intended target of the gun attack. However, police said the December 6 murder of Marlon Irwin, otherwise called Muto, is being linked to Harrison's killing. It was a reprisal in terms of the murder of Muto, so the curfew is actually in place in comfort, Land Settlement, and Broadleaf, said the police source. Irwin, who was allegedly marked for death according to the police, is being buried on Saturday following a funeral service in Broadleaf. Irwin was reportedly on a death list and had been warned by the police to leave his native community, Hampton in Broadleaf, and Manchester overall, months ago after two men believed to have been sent from St. Catherine to kill him were detained and later released. Mota was on the list to be killed because we prevented him from being killed sometime in September, and we held two men that we understood came to kill him, but we never found the gun on them, a reliable source told reporters. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson, speaking at the handing over ceremony for 750 e-ticketing devices, indicating that the project was largely assisted by members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, along with technical directors from the Ministry of National Security.
There's been a lot of investment in the constabulary force to take us along this path of modernization and investment. But equally, or even perhaps more importantly, is the energy which the persons who have been working on it and implementing it, largely from the organization that have been putting into our own modernization. So our modernization process and transformation process isn't so much an externally driven activity. It's an internally driven activity that is supported from outside. And that is because you no longer have to convince our members that this is the way to go. They are innovating, pushing the boundaries because they've given the space in which to create their own better JCL. I think that's an important point to make as we go through this process and onboarding now in a really meaningful way this whole business of electronic ticketing as the way forward for the JCL.
Assistant Commissioner of Police ACP Gary McKenzie speaks about the efficiency of the new e-ticketing devices being handed over to the police.
Today we have seen where we have benefited from the input of 750 e-ticketing device. This of course is very important and I would say very monumental in terms of how we are able to efficiently and effectively enforce. The input of these instruments will go a far way in terms of allowing officers to issue traffic tickets much quicker. In fact, normally a paper-based ticket would take like about 5 to 10 minutes, and this will take anywhere between 1 to 3 minutes. And so this, I am quite sure, will give public a lot of relief in terms of how long they will spend when an officer stops them to prosecute them. In fact, one of the things or one of the benefits that these devices will give is the fact that there is information that is already pre-recorded, and so an input of a driver's license number or a registration plate letter and number will give the other information which is required. So that makes it far much easier. One of the other benefits is the fact that all the systems are connected, the police, TAJ, the courts, and so once a ticket is written through the device, not only will you get a printout right away, but the fact that it is already on the system, one can instantaneously pay a traffic ticket just after it has been issued. There have been many concerns about the credibility of the system. Some persons have said that they have already paid tickets and they are seeing where it is outstanding. This particular system will ensure that this will not be the case, because once the information is inputted and a ticket is issued, then it will be updated on all the systems. And so we expect that the court, which is of course an independent entity in terms of administration, their system will be so modified and upgraded so that whenever one goes to court, then the result will be upgraded or updated on the system so that we will not have this problem anymore. Well, we started out with a pilot which was in the corporate area. Now we'll spread right across the country. We will ensure that the operatives who are operating the devices, that they are trained and they are, of course, experienced practitioners. And so we expect that it will go smoothly.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification